3334 Bible.
Margaret Keenan, a 90...
USA. Call 352-433-2320. We help veterans and their families with limited financial assistance, counseling, employment referrals, and a food and clothing bank. You can help in making a huge difference in the veterans' lives we serve by donating food, clothing, household items, or direct financial assistance. All donations are tax deductible.
It's time for Farm and Ranch Headlines on the Southeast AgNet. I'm Tyron Spearman reporting. Word has come from Washington that David Scott, a congressman from Georgia, was approved by the Democratic caucus to serve as the first African-American chairman of the House Ag Committee. The committee, as you know, is empowered with legislative oversight relating to the U.S. agricultural industry, including forestry, nutrition, and rural development. Scott easily prevailed over Representative Jim Costa, a Democrat from California. His only rival for that post, he won by 144 to 83. Scott played a major role in ushering through the three last farm bills, including serving as a conferee, securing critical disaster aid for our farmers, and strengthening the food and nutrition programs that help our families, seniors, school children, and even securing $80 million for new scholarships for students attending the African American land-grant colleges. Congressman Scott grew up living and working on his grandparents' farm, where his parents moved north to find work. During his 18 years in Congress, he has developed a deep understanding of the critical issues facing farmers today, and he's always been a great friend to the peanut farmer. He understands the critical role agriculture plays in our economy and the importance of policies that preserve our present #1 exporter of agricultural products. That coming from Congress, Scott to head the House Ag Committee.
For generations, we've worked the land. We've faced hardships and uncertainty before. But you can depend on Florida's farmers. We will continue to rise before dawn and harvest our crops, ensuring that Florida-grown fruits and vegetables are in your stores and that your family is fed. We are providers for our families and yours. We're Florida's farmers, and we're in this together.
I'm Tyron Spearman for Southeast AgNet.
When it really counts, depend on the source for the latest weather updates, keeping you ahead of the storm. 96.3 FM, 1370 AM, The Source.
We'll have plenty of sunshine today, but cool with a high of 59 to 63. Clear and chilly this evening, low tonight 36 to 42. Wednesday will be a cool day with plenty of sunshine. High tomorrow 62 to 65. Then Thursday and Friday both will be nice days with sunshine mixing with some clouds. High Thursday 69 to 72. High Friday 73 to 75. From the Florida Weather Center, I'm Holly Holdren.
Get inspired to take your next vacation close to home and experience Miami Beach. A paradise getaway only a drive away. Take in 7 miles of beautiful beach. Walk historic South Beach. Take in the art and culture. Stroll famous Lincoln Road and taste the international cuisine found in a city that offers a faraway feeling without the flight. Visit Miami Beach, a paradise getaway only a drive away. Learn more at Experience Miami Beach on Facebook and Instagram. This is Ocala Talks with Tom Schmidt, bringing stories that are important to our community in and around Ocala. Plus, of course, a splash of sports as well. Now, here's your host, Tom.
Welcome back to hour number 2 of Ocala Talks with Tom Schmidt. This is supposed to be In the Garden with Master Gardener Carol Ann Baldwin's hour. She is unable to be here today, so hope everything's okay with Carol Ann, and we'll just do the regular programming. You need to relax. It's only a drive away. We're talking about Miami Beach, Florida. Yes, that Miami Beach with its 7 miles of beaches. Miami Beach with its international cuisine, its art and culture. And you could win a hotel stay in Miami Beach and a tank full of gas. But you can only win if you call in and give us your name and phone number. Just call 352-732-8000. That's 352-732-8000. Leave your name and a phone number. That way you're registered for paradise only a drive away, Miami Beach, and a tank full of gas from your friends here at WOCA. The Source. As you heard during the news break, a pioneer of speed, has passed away, Chuck Yeager. It was announced on his official Twitter account yesterday. The tweet was attributed to his wife, Victoria Scott D'Angelo. The tweet said, "It is with profound sorrow I must tell you that my life love, General Chuck Yeager, passed just before 9 p.m. Eastern. An incredible life well lived, America's greatest pilot, and a legacy of strength, adventure, and patriotism who will be remembered forever." The NASA administrator, John Bridenstine, said Yeager's death is a tremendous loss to our nation. He said General Yeager's pioneering and innovative spirit advanced America's abilities in the sky and set our nation's dreams soaring into the jet age and the space age. You don't concentrate on risk, you concentrate on results. No risk is too great to prevent the necessary job from getting done. This is Bridenstine, the NASA administrator, talking about Chuck Yeager. Now, Yeager was born in 1923 in West Virginia. He rose to fame, as most people know, as a fighter pilot during World War II. He was credited with shooting down at least a dozen enemy aircraft. He even shot down 4 planes twice in one day. Yeah. On October 12th and November 27th in 1944, he shot down 4 planes on each day. He became a test pilot, broke numerous records for speeds and altitude before flying combat missions in Korea and Vietnam. He retired from the military in 1975. The sound barrier was broke October 14th of 47. He was flying over California's Mojave Desert. The X-1 was lifted to about 25,000 feet, then released to a bomb bay of a B-29. It went about 40,000 feet and exceeded 662 miles per hour, the sound barrier at that altitude. Yeager did it again. This is what I like about Chuck Yeager. Yeager did it again in 2012 on the 65th anniversary of it. At the age of 89, he was a passenger on an F-15 at Nellis Air Force Base near Nevada, Las Vegas, Nevada, when he broke the sound barrier again as a passenger on the 65th anniversary of him breaking the sound barrier. Chuck Yeager is the first person I remember that I could put a face to being a hero, a superhero. And yeah, I know Neil Armstrong landed on the moon and walked in 1969, but I was 3 years old. I knew about the moon landing and all, but I was caught with these Goodyear commercials from 74, 75, I guess, right around there, that this man in a military uniform talking about how he had broke the sound barrier, traveling faster than my voice could, traveling faster than the noise coming out of the radio or the TV. To a 9-year-old, a 10-year-old who's fascinated with those kind of things like I was, this guy was a superhero. He could go faster than sound. And I didn't see him go faster than sound. He did in 1947. I was born 19 years later. My mom was only 4 when he broke the sound barrier. So I didn't get to see it, but I saw this larger than life, and it was in the throes of the 70s, astronauts were a big deal. And here Chuck Yeager was, he had taught the astronauts. If you watch the movie The Right Stuff, it really explains all of it to you. And Chuck Yeager wanted to be an astronaut, but they chose other people. But he was the speed demon who broke the sound barrier. He was the first person that I really remember that was a superhero. He could do things, to me, to a 9-year-old, he could do things like Superman. He was faster than sound. To me, that equated to faster than a speeding bullet. It's not faster than a speeding bullet, but you know, when you hear the crack of a gun or something, you thought, sound, he's faster than that. He was a real-life superhero to a 9-year-old kid. Chuck Yeager was as close to a hero as it got close to a superhero. In a day and age when Superman and Batman and Aquaman, because I was watching the Legion of what was it, Justice League. Every Saturday morning I'd see Superman, and Batman, and Wonder Woman, and Aquaman, Wonder Twin powers activate. And here this guy was. He was bigger than a superhero than all of them because he was faster than sound. And he wasn't a cartoon. He was a real, live, breathing American superhero to this 9-year-old. 622-9622, the number to call. I mean, and I'm not the only boy. I'm sure I'm not the only boy that Chuck Yeager was a living superhero to. I mean, he went 622 miles an hour before anybody else. Boom, sonic boom, he was there. Not only that, but he was in World War II as a badass fighter pilot. Shot down 12 planes, shot down 4 planes in one day twice. And then he got not only that, but after he gets done with World War II, he flies fighter missions in Korea and Vietnam. He was in World War II in 1944. He shot 4 planes down twice in October and November of 44. 31 years later, he retired from the military in 1975. Kid Rock has an album called American Badass. He ain't got nothing on Chuck Yeager. Chuck Yeager was the original American Badass. He broke the barrier of sound. That was like, a big deal. It still is today. But he passed away yesterday. It was announced on his official Twitter account. His wife, Victoria Scott D'Angelo, her tweet was, "It was with profound sorrow I must tell you that my life love, General Chuck Yeager, passed just before 9 p.m. An incredible life well lived, America's greatest pilot, and a legacy of strength, adventure, and patriotism who will be remembered forever." 100% agree. An American icon, Chuck Yeager, passes away yesterday at 97 years old. Or 97 years young, depending on how you look at it. We're going to take a break. When we come back, we'll have more on Ocala Talks with Tom Schmitz, 1370 AM, 96.3 FM. If you want to join the conversation, 622-9622 is the number. Area code 352-622-9622 is the number. We'll be right back after this timeout.
Brought to you.
Veterans Helping Veterans USA. Call 352-433-2320. We help veterans and their families with limited financial assistance, counseling, employment referrals, and a food and clothing bank. You can